What were we talking about?
The Nürburgring. Yeah, it's really scary.
This is why you've got no friends.
I know.
This is why nobody likes you.
So lonely.
Oh, look at that, Citroen.
Ooh, yes. Oh. Citroen.
Yeah, the torque.
C5 Aircross.
Yeah, I believe so.
The Nürburgring. What are your thoughts about it? I guess with that moustache, probably not great.
I've been going to the Nürburgring every year since 1997.
Is that a euphemism?
No, you can do your own ring gags later. That's two dirty words in one sentence for the price of one. I've been going every year since 97, and I go once and I do a tourist and fart and I shit my pants and I hate it, and often I'm sick, and so I'm never going to do it again.
Does the ring make you do a little bit of a sick?
No, my driving makes me do a bit of sick. For somewhere to go, for an absolute driving thrill, fabulous. Almost as good as the Isle of Man, but that's another conversation. What I resent is the manufacturer's focus on the Nürburgring as lap times at the Nürburgring equals great car, because it doesn't.
Lap times at the Nürburgring, they're a great selling point for one, because some people genuinely care about that. I do not. I find the whole, if someone says to me, oh yeah, well, you know, that 911, it's 0.3 of a second faster round the ring than Advantage. Just go, well, yeah.
That was your normal voice.
In the hands of a professional race driver, like if you can do that, brilliant. But your average punter, and I'm not talking about your Jethros and your Harrises and your Henrys and all that. I'm talking about idiots like you and me. Say you bought a 911 and I bought Advantage, and then we nailed it round the ring. We would get nowhere near those times. I'd be lucky to get under 10 minutes, because I'm just going, yeah, it's really scary.
This is
really
true.
Scary. Like, it doesn't matter. It's just a big thing to put on a press release, and it's a big thing to say to someone else, haha, your car is empirically slower. So someone goes, oh yeah, well, I'll have the fastest one around the ring. Interviewed the chap who did the record run in the Audi RS Q8, a largely pointless performance SUV. It's got 600 horsepower, 590 pound-foot, and it'll do a lap of the ring in 7 minutes something. It's just ridiculous. And he was like, yeah, I turned up. I had to leave a race in Hockenheim. We had 3 hours on the ring. It was raining. I did it. I was disappointed with the lap. It can go faster, but it's got the record. But now Audi's going, oh, it's the fastest car, it's the fastest this, it's the fastest that.
I'm angry man in the pub even listening to that bilge, because what's the bloody point of it? What I also resent, to jump in here, is the fact that a ring-developed car makes for a good road car in the real world, because most Audi RS, ABC, those will be used on school runs. You know,
they will be. Okay,
they're not S&M, they're M&S.
The thing about a Nürburgring developed car, and it's, you know, I will freely admit it's not something I'm the expert on.
Clearly
but
not.
What I do know about it is a lap of the Nürburgring is worth more in development miles than pootling around town for an afternoon.
Well, I would agree on that.
Lap after lap after lap after lap after lap after lap. The surface has changed, so there are some really smooth bits. There are some really lumpy, bumpy, horrible bits. The carousel, for example, is hideous. When you go over it, your car's at that angle anyway, and you're going blah, 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 like that, and your brain goes up. If you're wearing glasses,
Alex,
they do that.
I've crashed every single one of those corners, so I know. In the real world, we have speed bumps, and we have cattle grids, and we have speed cameras, and we have shitty merges, and we have Ubers, and all of that horrible traffic. Because the point is, you set a lap time and you do your testing at the ring, there's no traffic.
It's not about the lap time, it's about the continuing and repeated abuse you give a part. So if you go over the rough bits, you go over the jumps over and over again, you can't replicate that by driving around the M25.
I agree, but here's the rub. There are plenty of other test tracks all around the world, but they don't have the kudos of the Nürburgring. I hate people that do that. Why do they do that?
I don't, because they've got suspicious moustaches.
They have a suspicious face. It matches my face. But there are test tracks all over the world. So you can go to Millbrook and there's Pavé and there's a water dip and the incline and the Alpine circuit. They've got it all there.
Every single one of those Nürburgring developed cars have been to those places. They've all been to Nardo, they've done Myra, they've done this, they've done that. You see these development cars like doing UK tuning. I've been sat in a random bit of the countryside and all of a sudden the next generation high-end i30 was rolling around or some nonsense like that.
You've got a bonk. I noticed you've got a twitch on even saying that.
What, next generation high-end i30?
Oh. What were we talking about?
Just give me a minute.
You set the smoke alarm off.
It just gets me so damn hot. They do specific tuning and other facilities elsewhere in the world, but the Nürburgring's the sexy one.
And I do love going because it's horrible and it is great fun. But to say oh, it did X at the Nürburgring, therefore it's a great car. No. It did X at the Nürburgring, which means it's got
number, though, and that's where
crap
it's
ride
cool.
quality, crap handling, and I'm going to hate driving the damn thing around the Midlands.
It makes it relatable as well. So yeah, my car was developed there, I can go there too. It's accessible. Whereas you say, oh yeah, my car was developed exclusively at Nardo or exclusively at Myra. You can't go there, it's not for you.
That's a compelling argument.
Ha! Quick question. What cars have you got at the moment?
I've got an MX-5.
An MX-5 developed in part on the Nürburgring.
I've got a Fiat 1972 Fiat 500.
Developed on the roads around Rome, which are worse than the
It's
Nürburgring.
developed at Lingotto. It's developed in a car park. That's why it's such a wonderful thing.
And the other one,
I've got a 5 Series.
definitely developed for the Nürburgring.
God, it's boring.
And do you like your MX-5? Is it exciting?
Yeah, it is.
But all Nürburgring developed cars are dreadful.
It wasn't developed. I disagree. I do
And
not believe.
your 5 Series.
I've made a film about the MX-5, and I don't remember the Nürburgring featuring that at any point
because
whatsoever.
you don't like it, so you wouldn't have mentioned it. And the 5 Series, is that in any way a competent car? Is it a bad car? Is it uncomfortable?
It's HMRC are not watching this. It's a tax dodge car. It's the only reason you drive the damn thing, because it goes a long way very cheaply.
But is it a bad car because it was developed in part on the Nürburgring?
No.
See, my Morgan three-wheeler is a dreadful car and wasn't developed on the Nürburgring. Nürburgring's a good thing. I win. Internet out.
This is why you've got no friends.
I know.
This is why nobody likes you.
So lonely.
Shall we have a beer?
The Nürburgring. Does
it's
the
a
ring
great-
make you do a little bit of a sick?
What were we talking about?
Yeah, it's really scary.
This is why you've got no friends.
I know.
This is why nobody likes you.
So lonely.
Shall we have a beer?